The evidence only shows conservatives being systematically targeted by the IRS, not just flagged through the BOLO, but actually targeted. These Americans consistently had their applications delayed for nearly 3 years, were asked intrusive and inappropriate questions, had their donor information leaked, and were even threatened by the IRS with additional taxes.
What I'm suggesting is more analysis, significant more analysis is needed before we reach conclusions about what that means in terms of an IRS failure or an IRS issue. And to the extent that there is a notion and a concern that there's over-redaction, and that's something that we need
This is junk. This is junk. This has no meaning.
This comes in a week where the things about the IRS continue to roll out, a number of different stories unrelated to the targeting of conservative groups.
Yeah, including the waste and all the other idiocies that are coming under, finally attention. But I think this is this is stonewalling 101. Every tactic in the book is now being rolled out. Look, the IRS was caught red-handed, scrutinizing, harassing, delaying, clearly one kind of group based on ideology. There's no way to explain it away. So what do? You get Werfel up there who speaks in word salad. I mean, the guy's a master. If he showed up in the ER, he'd be, considered either psychotic or disturbed. He speaks, but there's not any ounce of meaning coming out of it. But he's excellent in doing that. He's practiced. And then you get the Lois Lerner, who says, I won't testify at all. She takes the fifth. And remember, the Werfel report is an internal investigation. Even the IG report, which disclosed what's going on, was internal investigation. We have heard nothing of the alleged outside investigation the FBI is doing other, but that in fact, apparently it's going on. And the last element is to muddy the waters by pretending that the liberal groups were also scrutinized. There's a difference between being on a list, being on the lookout, and being scrutinized, harassed, and delayed. And that's the essence of the case. There is nothing on the side that would argue against absolutely improper behavior. And the idea that we have no idea how it happened, how it originated, and that the intent was not a malicious intent is not a credible statement.
It is a problem, however, for Democrats to chase down distractions because President Obama ultimately, if he doesn't acknowledge what all of these collectively have done to the public's faith in government, it's really ultimately, it hinders his ability to govern in the next 3.5 years, and he's pretty much virtually ignored it.
And faith in him, he's taken a hit in the polls as well.
Look, here's where it should go. You recall Lois Lerner, you give her immunity, and you ask her a lot of hard questions, and it starts with that.
I'm not going to be scrambling jets to get a 29-year-old hacker. I have not called President Xi personally or President Putin personally, and the reason is because, number one, I shouldn't have to.
People may die as a consequence of what this man did. It is possible the United States will be attacked because terrorists may now know how to protect themselves in some way or another that they didn't know before.
I want to get him caught and brought back for trial. And I think we need to know exactly what he has. He could have a lot more. It may really put people in jeopardy.
So he doesn't speak to the head of Russia and China because he doesn't have to. It's beneath him, you see. The mere sheer radiance of Obama ought to be enough to persuade them to turn over Snowden, and that apparently hasn't worked yet. I mean, the arrogance that he's of such Olympian stature that he leaves it, and then he pretends that, of course, it's just a 29-year-old hacker when, as you showed earlier in the show, the Secretary of State said that this could cost lives, and the head of the NSA had said it's extremely damaging. So, I mean, obviously he's trying to save the face, but it's making it worse. And then at the end he says, well, the other reason I didn't is because I don't want to make this important enough that springing him becomes an issue on which I have to wheel and deal with the Russians and the Chinese. Well, has Obama ever been accused of wheeling and dealing successfully with anyone? How's the wheeling and dealing over the reset gone? Well, over Syria and Iran and other issues. So he says he doesn't want to be over-taxed. He's got other stuff to do as he tours Africa. even as we speak and the president pretends it's just, as you say, a bank robbery case, they are scooping up every iota of information in his computers. A lot of stuff that we don't even know about now, and that could be extremely damaging. It is not a routine case.
And the head of the NSA has acknowledged that they don't know how much he has.
And the Chinese already have it.
This has been a Sunfish production.